myself.
So, everything. Let's talk. I guess just my table's so dirty. So dirty. Let me just wipe it at least.
I used to eat
Sorry.
this straight up.
You started freaking out, you telling me.
Well, the thing is, my real dad doesn't exist in my life at all. Don't know him. Well, who I call my dad, it's my brother's father. So, when I was diagnosed 4 years ago, my dad came to the house and he was staying with us. So,
What were you diagnosed?
I was like, rhabdomyosarcoma. Get down. Bájate. Uno. Bájate. Bájate. Dos. So, so what happened is that he told me, "Are you okay?" My dad asked me, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm all like, all messed up. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, "Okay." He said, "Well, I'm proud of you." I'm like, "Why?" He said, "Because you're taking me really, really good." And I was like, "Okay." He said, "Because my friend, he was just diagnosed like a month ago. And they told him that he had cancer. I don't know what type of cancer, but he was diagnosed with cancer and he got home. He knew something was going on. He goes to the doctor and that day he comes home. Nobody was home. The wife was at work, kids at school. He grabbed the gun, he shot himself. And he's like, "That's why I'm proud of you, because you're strong." I don't know. My dad goes, "I don't know what I would do if I would know if I had cancer." And I was like, "He did what?" I'm like, "Ouch." You know? I'm like, wow.
You gotta tell them how
How
the
what?
story you were telling me
Which one?
when
I said a lot of stories.
the bloody nose story, and then you were like,
Oh, when the cancer started on me?
yeah.
Okay. I used to be a dancer.
Okay.
And
What type of dancing did you do?
I did like singers. I used to dance for them, like professional dancers. You know, like I'll be in TV shows. So I used to work in this TV show called I don't know if I should say the name. It's called Don Cheto. And I was the favorite of the owners, the whole channel thing. And the camera was always on me and everything. So I had no idea I had cancer. I guess I had cancer for a year or two. I had no idea what was going on. They would tell me it was allergies.
The
So
doctors were telling you?
Yeah. I had allergies. I took antibiotics. I took that nose spray thing.
What
It will
symptoms?
burn.
What symptoms were you having?
You know, when you have allergies, when you just can't be around, you'll be sneezing, or it was just watering that nose, you'll be like, mocosa, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll be on stage, and my boots were like up to almost to your knee, black boots. So I had like tissue in there, and then I will turn around, I would grab it, and I'll be like, in the camera. I'll be all mocosa. I will have like water coming with blood, and I'll be in the camera like, I would turn around, I'll be like, cleaning my mocos all the time. Yeah, I
Didn't
worked
even
like
know.
that. And I had no idea.
For
I
2
had-
years.
For 2 years.
Wow.
Well, the time I worked there. And
Did,
that was the whole time I was working. And now my birthday was the last day because I had went to Mexicali
uh-huh.
because a friend, Betty, she looked at me, she's like, "You don't have allergies, girl. There's something going on. There's something more." And I'm like, "Really?" "Yeah, how about if you swing by to Mexicali?" Because she lives up there. And since she was born, she had nose problems and all that. So she knows a lot about that. So she told me I went with my mom for the first time, and she had the doctor appointment already. She had all these things like done, and I go and the doctor looks at me. And the cancer, it was on this side. It was coming, it was showing already. The tumor was like literally coming. Because it was like, see my face? Well, since the tumor was on this side, it was pushing my eye, and it was coming from my nose. So it was kind of like,
Warping your face.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to make
Yeah.
fun of myself because I'm like, look, Mom, what's that cartoon? What's in the movies? That cartoon that has a big old bump with one big old eye, and it's like that. That's how I look. And I was like, don't say that. Don't say that. I'm like, well, that's how I look like big over here and small over here. So, you know, I don't know, but I always make fun of myself. Yeah, because my friends are like, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's just, you know, I always have to have, you know, like something on my nose. And I will put like, I will stuff it with napkin or whatever on my break, like 2-minute break. I'll be like, putting like stuff in there. I say, dude, I feel like my nose is in my period or something. I'm in my period, my nose is on period, you know? And then I'm like, and my friend was, one time, she goes, one of the dancers, she's like, hey, you want a tampon? I'm like, sure, that will work, I'll just put it in my nose. You know, it was funny, I'm like, I feel like I'm in my period, like, constantly, because I will bleed from here.
That was probably crazy, right?
Yeah.
And like with the doctors, they didn't like, they just thought it was allergies,
Yeah.
really. Huh?
Because I will actually look like it was an
It
allergy.
looked like it was an allergy, huh?
Yeah.
That just tells you, you know, sometimes. You can
But
get
see, the thing is
diagnosed,
that they didn't tell me, they didn't mention anything about let's do MRI.
MRI or CAT
Let's-
scan. Mhm.
Yeah, that was a mistake. So when I went to Mexicali, I came back, I didn't want to know anything about doctors. No. I sat in my bed. I will sleep and sleep. I'm gonna say, come on, sweetie. Hey, get down. So I was like, sweetie, let's go to the doctor. I'm like, nope, I'll be fine. It's gonna go away. I'll be fine. Time went by and I will still go to work. Back at the,
This is after you had the diagnosis.
after they told me I had cancer. Mm-hmm.
So you went through a period there.
You went
Besides this period, yes.
No.
She's so funny.
Wait, describe that period. Like describe,
That feeling.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
because that's not who you are now. Well, that's not who I see. That's not the patient that I was with.
Well,
Some
when they
person,
told
right?
me I had cancer, I go to the doctor's appointment, whatever. As soon as I got there, they took me to, my friend took me to the doctor's office, and she lied to me. She's like, let's go, I have to go here, and da-da-da. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, what is this place? And I'm looking around with my mom, like, and then they call me. They call Ana Castillo, and I'm like, hey dude, there's another Ana Castillo, that's cool. I was like, no, dum-dum, it's you. And I was like, what are we doing here? I said, well, I'm sorry, but I made an appointment for you. I want them to know what's going on. I'm like, okay. So I go in, and they're like, hi, how are you? Please have a seat. And they literally, right away, he looks at me, he's like, you don't have allergies. You have something else, but I don't want to say it until I'm sure about what you have. And I was like, okay. He's like, please have a seat. And I'm like, okay. He's like, please lay back. And he did, what is it called, that they take a little piece of your
Biopsy.
a biopsy.
Mhm.
And I was like, he sprayed something and it got numbed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, and I could hear, you know, when they scratch.
Right.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And I started bleeding a little bit, and the doctor got scared. He's like, you have something bad. And I'm like, how bad? Go take a MRI or something. Head to neck. And I was like, okay, bring it tomorrow. I go, and I did that. And I see a doctor coming by, another doctor. And I'm like, okay, doctor, what's going on? I need to know what's going on. It's like, okay, but I don't know I don't know how to say it. I don't know what it is. I know what it is, but I don't know the name. Because it's very weird.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, okay, just tell me. He's like, okay, you have cancer. My face is like, I have what? Literally, I went like that. You have cancer. And inside of me, I'm like, what? You chew that or you eat that? What's gonna happen? You know? And I'm like, okay, I know people die with cancer, but no, really, I have cancer? It's like, yes, you do. And I'm like, I start crying. Crying. And I remember, you know, see those, and it's true. You see in the movies that everything is like so like in a speed, and then all of a sudden it stops,
Yes.
and you're just like in one place. That's how I
The time
felt.
zone. Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt. I was like, whoa,
How long did that last for?
for a while. A couple minutes. I don't know, seconds.
Did you go through a depression after that?
Depression? Yes. Big time. Once I got home. But meanwhile,